then unfortunately, but I guess fortunately for all you out there, the rain came in, and you know, a lot of people weren't out and about like they were earlier in the week. So just want to let you all know that, one, you got to stay hydrated, and two, you know, we're doing a rainy day special over there. We're actually, everything's 50% off. So if you missed out on the opportunity, come on over, get hydrated. Also, we also have some other, you know, we have our fire, our blitz, and our reload. And, you know, most importantly, guys, you need to make sure that whatever supplements that you use, you need to understand the ingredients. Not all supplements are the same. It's just like anything else out there that you guys use for your motorcycle. You need to understand, especially nutrition, your health, fitness. That's going to make a difference more than anything else. You need to make sure you can twist the throttle till the end. And, you know, we have products over there that will help ensure that you can do so. We use the best-in-class ingredients. You know, we use clinical doses. I know all that may sound over your head, but I'm telling you, when you look at ingredients, that's the most important thing with any supplement that you buy. And you got to understand, all supplements are not the same. I don't like bashing other brands, but you know what? You go out and look at our ingredients, you look at the other ingredients of other brands, you'll see that we're not messing around with partners like Jeremy McGrath, Chad Reed, Adam Cincerilla, and Nick Way. You know, we formulated this stuff we formulate for performance, not profits. We know profits will come when it helps people perform at the highest level.
Love that, man. By the way, Cameron Buckman grabbing the whole shot right there. Scott, man, you hooked us up with some of this hydrate. Tell us a little bit about that. What, 3 grams of sugar? Am I right?
Yeah, you only have 3 grams of sugar. What a lot of people don't understand, that sugar is important. Some people think, you know, I don't want any sugar. Well, sugar is the delivery mechanism, and we use dextrose, which is the same as glucose in an IV bag. And then we also have organic cane sugar, only 3 grams of sugar, so it's 10 calories. But then we have 8 bioavailable electrolytes, and we also have an ingredient called bioperine, which is black pepper extract, which helps your muscles absorb it instantaneously. So it is instantaneous hydration. And, you know, it's, again, we have athletes we have guys in the, that help formulate this, that are in the Giro d'Italia, which is the Tour of Italy, which is like the Tour de France. So, and, you know, Nick and Adam out at the outdoors, they've helped formulate this 2 years ago. I mean, it was a lot of testing and then working with our nutritionists and food scientists and chemists. And we don't just whip something together and throw it out there. I want you guys to know that this is very serious. You know, Jeremy McGrath, who's our, you know, my co-founding partner on the supplement side of things, you know, was adamant that he didn't want to just, you know, put something together and just be another Me Too brand. So, you know, we like to consider ourselves the Ferrari of supplements, which got to use that word lightly in the bicycle world, because when I was in Italy last year at the Giro d'Italia, I said that a couple times, and a lot of the cyclists thought that we were working with Dr. Ferrari. I don't know if all you guys know about cycling, but he was the guy that was doping with Lance Armstrong. So we don't use bad ingredients, and we are Inform Sport certified, which is third-party tested. You know, a lot of people may create a little graphic that says no banned substances, but we are third-party tested, which is, you know, USADA, WADA, NCAA approved, Inform Sport certified, and we have a lot of professional athletes that use our products, so it's very important.
Love it. Scott, man, always a pleasure. If you have not been over to see the fine folks over there, Arma, swing by, say hello, get yourself rehydrated. Scott, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, guys. Good luck to everybody. Make sure you stay hydrated. Come on over, 50 off. You're going to love it.
All right, take it away, boys. I know we got action on the track.
Yes, sir. We have the Micro 2 4-6 limited class on the track, and Cameron Buckman, man, he hunted down Edwin Meyer on that first lap and was able to take the lead in the sand. He was off the back of the machine, just like we saw in that Micro E class, and took the lead, and now he is off and running with it.
And now there's some more shuffling here in the front, in the podium, as I believe on screen we are seeing
the 93 of Jeffrey Sathoff.
Yeah, making the move there. And one of our early front runners, Boone Lloyd, I believe he got 4th in Moto 1. He was making a pass as well, I believe for 1st or 2nd, and went down on that first lap. So we've had a lot of shuffling inside this top 10 quick.
Yes, indeed we do. So the 93 and the 13 going at it, and that's Carter Renneker that just snuck back up the inside, and I believe he moved into 3rd place with that pass.
Renneker getting back around Sathoff for that final podium spot. One rider off the bike on the side of the track there. We will see whether or not the 93 is able to capitalize on this outside. And how about that? The number 13 passed them right back. We've said if a rider gets by you and you're able to pass them right back almost immediately, sometimes it shuts down the momentum and you're able to keep pulling forward. So now we'll see whether or not Sathoff can chase down the number 16.
Absolutely. We're already seeing some pretty big gaps establishing between our front runners. Of course, Buckman and Meyer kind of snuck away from the rest of the field, I think in part due to that crash that happened in the sand, right? A few guys got hung up there. So this is still your battle for third as Reneker was able to get around Sathoff. And then we're looking a little further back. Breton Gonzalez on the 55 machine rounds out our top 5, at least after the first lap. We'll see where they come through this next time by. But certainly Cameron Buckman, who won the first moto on that 7 machine, the Cobra out of Huntington, Kentucky. He is absolutely flying around this racetrack right now, and he's bringing Edwin Meyer with him as they pull away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, the number 7 and the number 16 have got something figured out, as I believe your leader just went through the finish line there. So now checking in with a 2-minute 48-second lap time. Pretty impressive for these little guys. And one rider, big up and over a huge cartwheel. That's the number 13 of Carter Reneker.
Yep. Picks it up in the sand. You see Tim Cotter down there helping him make sure that he's getting blocked off. Nobody in the track is going to come by and get him, and they'll get him on their way. Always tough to get these bikes going again in the sand, man. It digs down, and you can see there Reneker is, unfortunately, looks like he's held up again. And
this is a tough break for Reneker, as riders or track personnel trying to make their way to the number 13, but that bike is not going anywhere.
No.
That was a hard hit for the number 13. I'm impressed he jumped back up like that.
Yeah, well, this sand, man, you know, especially with the rain, it kind of is a little sticky suddenly, and so you knife that front end in there a little bit, or maybe the rear end kicks out awkwardly or something, and suddenly you are just cartwheeling into the ground, and that's unfortunately what happened to Carter Reneker there, who was in the battle for third place and is now finally on his way again.
Back and rolling once again is the number 13. Deegan Mullen now moves into the third place spot officially on your screen. And we'll wait to see how far back he's going to fall. The number 16 of Edwin Meyer dropping down as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what happened to Meyer. I see a yellow flag right here coming to the commandments, but I don't see, that doesn't look like the 16 there of Edwin Meyer. So we'll have to figure out what happened. He is up and going. He just ran a 4-minute lap time, so he's coming across the line in 9th now, but must have went down somewhere. We didn't see it, and unfortunately took a long time to get going, just like we saw there with the 13 of Carter Reneker.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened. We've had a couple of riders go down, but then a couple of riders, they just get stuck. There's no other way to put it. They get a little too far off of the main line, and they get caught up in the thick stuff. And just like we saw with the number 13, sometimes the bike can't roll.
Well, you're having to see the way that, you know, our leader right here, Cameron Buckman, is riding. It's not just the sand that he is hanging off the back of the motorcycle around this racetrack, right? Because there are sections of the track, as much as we say it looks dry, it still is sticky, right? It's still got some of those damp soil conditions kind of, you know, worked into it a little bit. So if you get that soil to kind of start gripping the motorcycle a little bit and you're not off the back of the bike, you get hung up. Maybe you're already in a rut or something like that, and exactly like you said, they could get stuck.
Well, and too far on the front end, you're going to do exactly what the number 13 did. The front end's going to drop, and you're going to cartwheel up and over the front of the bike. And so we'll see as the number 7, Cameron Buckman, continues to pick his way through, now making his way around the Polysport pond. Look at that. Look at the smart. He's taking a look ahead in the corner. He saw yellow flags flying, needed to figure out exactly where to go. Buckman handling business as he gets ready to cross the finish line once again.
We're going to be bringing Sean Hilbert in here from Cobra Motorcycle. We had him up here in the studio with us yesterday, but man, this class stacked full of the Cobra machines out here.
Yeah, it is. It is. In fact, Cobra kind of...
No. Pull that microphone just a little closer,
to you.
All righty. Am I good now?
A little closer.
A little closer, yeah.
There we go.
There we go. All right. Yeah, Cobra worked with MX Sports, I think, back in 1996 to develop this this class, and it's been good. It's where a lot of our superstars in today's Supercross and Motocross got their start, so it's a lot of fun.
Well, we're seeing maybe a potential future superstar here in the 7 of Cameron Buckman, man. He is absolutely flying around this racetrack. Didn't get the start he wanted, but he shot right in the lead, and he's taken off.
Yeah, he's the East Coast kid. I think he's another one of these New York fast kids, and we're going to see a lot of him over the next few years, I think.
Good to see, good to see. Well, he is out in front to the tune of 37 seconds. We have Jeffrey Sadoff still in the 2 spot. Deegan Mullen moving up to 3rd. Breton Gonzalez is in 4th with Talon Smith rounding out our top 5. Trying to see, not sure the 2-lap card is out quite just yet, as we're still working now the 3rd lap of this race. But man, oh man, Cameron Buckman making it look a lot easier than it is around this racetrack right now. These conditions are really tricky.
This track is tough. We watched the dozers kind of go around and develop the track, and you know, they did their best. They did a great job, but there's just little hidden gems, you know, underneath some of that soft surface.
Guys, big news here. Just outside, Breton Gonzalez sitting in the 4th place spot. His bike has had enough. He is now walking off the track. I saw him literally pushing the motorcycle up the hill.
Well, they're trying to get it started again and see if they can continue going. He looks a little bit confused, but hopefully the 55 machine can continue on. But Sean, so not sure if you were down there as the sight laps began. Obviously, everyone kind of went out at once. Did you get any feedback from anybody down there about what they were seeing on the racetrack?
So just soft, and what you're seeing here with bikes being walked off, more than likely what that is just sand getting in the sprockets and chains and binding everything up. And you see everybody trying to roll the bikes backwards to free them up, but these things just get swallowed by the sand.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked already about it in our our Micro E division. A couple of the riders were struggling with the sand there, and even though it's rained a lot today, the sand, regardless of which, is a difficult section for these motorcycles, right?
That's it. Yeah, I mean, 15 years ago, this track was sticky clay, and you'd literally stick your shoe would stick in it when it was wet. Today they brought in just truckloads full of sand and rice hulls and everything. It's just a much, much better track, especially in conditions like this.
Absolutely. So we're looking right now at, I believe, the 18 machine on our screen. That is Deegan Mullen, who has climbed all the way up into the 3rd spot. He's trying to reel in Jeffrey Sadhoff, in the 2 spot still. So we'll see if he can maybe close that gap down in the final few laps of this one.
Did you see that? The number 18 casually rips up, pulls a tear off, and then pops a double headed back into Storyland. This guy is rolling, and look at that, over 10 seconds faster than Jeffrey Sathoff on that last lap. So the number 18, one worth watching here on your Racer TV screen. Now he almost got the tear off all the way off. He looked good doing it, but didn't quite get it all the way off.
Yeah, now he might have to do the tricky right hand off.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't do it in a spot that could really mess you up there. Or maybe he'll reach all the way across with the left hand, or maybe it's not bothering
Maybe we just
him at
leave
all.
it.
Yeah,
Maybe we just leave
it.
it.
Keeps on going, and so far it's working out quite well for him. I mean, he's charged pretty well. He's gotten all the way up into 3rd, made up 4 positions since the start of this one. We're seeing some of our movers around. How about Mickey Fluhart there in 11th at the moment, climbing up 17 positions so far. So not sure if he was down off the start, but either way, that's a great ride for the 19 machine.
Yeah, without a doubt. Hudson Robinson passing 5 riders. Oliver Mars passing 9 riders. So some big moves being made in the back of the pack as well as he picks his way around, being very careful. These riders having to look ahead. They're seeing yellow flags. They know they got to pick a line, and as we've said all day today, Kellen, you get into one rut, you better stick to it all the way around.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, these ruts are not going to forgive you if you make a little mistake in them. You get sideways in them. We've seen riders having to go sideways across many ruts if they do make those mistakes, and then, of course, you lose quite a bit of time. So for these riders, really, it is, Sean, just about, hitting your marks and making sure you don't get, cross-rutted.
Hitting your marks and staying over, you mentioned it earlier, Colin, staying over the back of the bike. And the kids that are kind of riding forward, they bury that front end and it's all over. But the kids that ride back and ride aggressive, they're able to stay steady through the rough stuff and through the thick stuff.
Right. Well, we were saying about that about not just the sand sections, but every section around this racetrack right now. It's really requiring you to stay light on the front end, right? You don't want it to bury down anywhere, especially some of these deeper ruts. I know they clean the track up a little bit, but there's still those underlying soft spots, like you said.
They're still developing ruts. Even the mini bikes are developing the ruts. And the reality is, a lot of these kids haven't ridden a track like this before. A lot of them have, kind of ridden mini tracks and whatnot that are pretty smooth and pretty flat, and they come here and it's just a different world, so they've got to learn quick.
Now, have you heard from the kids down there that they've actually been kind of excited about this, right? Like you're saying, it's a new experience riding a track like this, seeing the rain falling. Is it more nerve-wracking for them, or are they actually excited about the challenge?
I think the kids love playing in the mud.
Yeah.
Parents not so much.
Right, they don't want to have to deal with getting under there, scraping the fenders, cleaning the chains, all that stuff afterwards, right?
It's a lot of work.
Absolutely.
Well, I think the number 18 is going to side with us. Just let that thing fly in the wind. Not bothering him right now. Hasn't needed to pull another tear off either, because he has been rolling, making his way around, caught up to a couple of lap riders, picked them off with relative ease. And so we continue to watch. But now we're switching over. That is your leader.
Yeah, let's see. I think he may be coming to get the white flag this time by the flag stand. Has the white flag out, and there it is. White flag is in the air for our race leader, Cameron Buckman. Man, he has pulled this lead out to 1 minute and 22 seconds. Absolutely moving around this racetrack.
Yeah, Buckman on another level. The number 7 getting the job done. So careful about the lines that he's choosing. Really smart watching him. He's able to pick out smooth real estate that's not too far out of the main line. got the elbows up, legs out. He's looking full factory leading on this final lap.
Now, for you, Sean, down at the gate, like I said beforehand, were you yourself or maybe some of the Cobra people down there saying, hey, here's what we recommend about, line selection or things like that, or are more of the parents working with them on that?
More of the parents do, but we do give recommendations. For example, when the stuff gets pushed off to the side of the track, stay in the middle of the track.
Right.
It's so easy for the kids to pick that short line or the line they think is a short line and get swallowed up. But other than that, the parents and sometimes even the coaches are really the ones that do the thing.
And above all, go out there and have fun, right? You don't want them to go out there and have a bad time, especially if they get stuck. So a little bit of help and guidance, but then, hey, go out there and have a good time.
That's what I tell them. Have fun, fist bump, and leave it at that.
Absolutely. So Buckman, he is doing just that. He is pulling away and looking smooth as butter out front. And this is probably going to be a pretty enjoyable win. He's had to wait a little while to get going again. I know it's been a few days since we raced in this Micro 2 4-6 limited class, and I'm sure he's just been chomping at the bit to get back out there and show what he's made of. And man, he's definitely showing what he's made of here in this moto.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that's going to question who the top rider was in this moto for sure, as he was a minute and a half the last time around in front of second place. And there's nothing you can take away from the number 7. Everybody's riding the same stuff. He is just putting the track together better. There's no other way to put it. Jeffrey Sathoff now checks in for lap number 5, getting the white flag, a minute and 37 seconds back. And this is no hats or no downplay on Jeffrey. Jeffrey there in the second place spot having a fantastic ride as well. Deegan Mullen, who's last in 3rd.
I mean, it's really no downplay on any of our riders out here. These are motorcycles that, for these conditions are not the easiest to get around this racetrack. They're doing a great job of doing so, but heck, I don't think I even want to walk around some of this, racetrack right now, and these kids are absolutely ripping around it.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I have an important announcement. Everybody here on site, we have a big announcement. We will not be going into third motos today. We will not be going into third motos today. We will conclude today's racing with the 50 classes. Once again, we will not be going into third motos today. We will conclude today's racing with the 50 classes. Now coming down to the final couple of corners, here it is, the number 7 of Cameron Buckman making his way around the Polysport pond for the final time.
All right, let's see what he does. Do we get a fist bump? What do we get out of Cameron Buckman here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The guys are going to be down there.
Yeah.
Congratulating all these kids. And one kid to keep a real good look at here is Mickey Fluhart. Yeah, there we go. He plus 22. He must have fallen. He's another one of the fast kids, but
yeah, and who knows? He may still get around Bodie Bowerson or even up to Edwin Meyer on this last lap. Meyer, in his own right, remember he went down. He was in second. He's done a great job charging all the way back to 4th. We'll see if he's able to maintain that position. But you're absolutely right. Mickey Fluhart flew through the field here.
And Sean, you get to see it more than we do. These kids they're just passionate. They just love it. They have a great time, and they live, eat, sleep, and breathe motorcycle racing.
That's it. At this level, these kids, you're right, they live, eat, sleep, breathe it. This isn't something their parents might have introduced it to them, but to get to this level, they have to want it, and it has to be, inside them.
Absolutely. All right, so checkered flag still out. We'll see a few of our runners coming across the line here shortly, and then we'll send it down to Jason Wygant, I believe, who's down there ready to speak to, I'm sure, a very happy and excited Cameron Buckman. 74 machine crossing the line right there. Everyone just finishing it off. Luke Witt getting a little bit of camera time, a little bit of TV love. I'm sure friends and family watching back at home, they want to see who's in this class, right? So good to see a little bit of some of the other faces out there.
Yeah, you bet. It looks like Buckman lapped up to 9th. That's pretty incredible for 5 laps, 6 laps at the most.
Yeah, imagine if you are Dylan Chipman right now and you think, I'm having a great moto, and then zoom goes the 7 machine. You're like, whoa, where'd that come from, right?
I thought it was top 10.
All right, checker flag out like we said. Taking a look at some more of the numbers crossing the line. That looks to be the 80 ride, I think that was, going over the line of Graham Ferguson. So he's going to finish up in the 13th spot. The 21 of Huntley Durbin just crossing the line there as well. Still looking for the second place man of Jeffrey Sathoff. I think Weege might be interviewing Cameron Buckman here shortly, and still looking for the second place rider there.
He may have run his fastest lap on the last lap, 2:57. I didn't see anything below 3 before this. That's incredible.
Yeah, a 2:57 is really, really faster on this racetrack. So that, no question about it, Cameron Buckman having fun and flying around on this racetrack. Isaiah Benton also crossed the line. There is Jeffrey Sathoff. He has now crossed the line. And I think the 50 or the 33 ride, I should say, crossing the line right there, also in the mix. That is Nolan Beckley, who's down in 40th. So we're getting ready to send it to Jason Wygant, who's on the podium.
All right, that was a big one right there. I mean, literally, that was a huge lead. Fantastic performance. He does it all. He's going to get the gold medal and the Stasic Hole Shot Award. Number 7, let's hear it for Cameron Buckman. Hey, I'll move over here so they can see you over your bike. Cameron, man, you did what you needed to do. Flip that over there. You did what you needed to do. You got the whole shot. Was the track even that tough for you?
It was super deep, actually.
Okay.
But
But no problems?
yeah,
Awesome. What's this like to be up here on the podium at Loretta's? Cameras, medals. What's that like, man?
crazy.
Who do you want to thank, Cameron?
My mom, my dad, Minton Motors, PR2, Mika Metals, Rhino Power, and FX, Scott Goggles, and everybody else. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Cameron Buckman with the gold. Well, that was big time right there. Solid lead, and we'll try to get motos in tomorrow for these little guys. Thank you, Cameron. I'm going to bring up our second place finisher. That's going to be Jeffrey Sadoff. We'll bring up second on the number 93. Come on up, Jeffrey. They were pumped when he came across with this silver. All right, be proud. Come on up here to the center, Jeffrey Sadoff. You got it. Come on, right here. What was that moto like?
Really rough.
I would think. You ride in the mud ever?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, so that helped?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, who do you want to thank, Jeffrey?
My mom and dad, Beast Moto Lab, FXR, SSR, WTT, Cobra, and that's it.
Jeffrey Sadoff, everybody, taking second in 4 to 6. All right, one more spot. Deegan is going to take the third place position. Let's bring him on up, and we'll give him the bronze. Let's hear for the 18, Deegan Mullen. Yeah, Deegan, that is awesome for you to wear that bronze. I'm going to try to get this thing straight for you so it looks nice in the photos. There you go. What was that moto like? How'd it go?
Good.
Did you go down at all?
No.
Was it hard?
Yeah.
Who do you want to thank, Deegan?
Mom, Dad, Midden, 110 Racing, Scott, Fleet 427,
And anybody else? Let's hear it for Deegan, taking third.